Hello, everybody. So yeah, I've just decided that I'm gonna be doing like some probably late night streams more often. A lot of times I'll just chill, listening to like a podcast or some kind of YouTube video, and I'll like upgrade my decks or yeah. And so I thought maybe I'll try and do that with some of you friends a little bit. Yeah, no, I probably won't be doing it this late. C will, but thanks for stopping by. But yeah, sometimes it will be pretty late. I'm sort of a night owl, so I might. But I'm gonna try and stream more and just hang out a little bit more. So, my plan for tonight, I've decided to triple sleeve another deck. I'm going to test out a little bit of a different setup this time, though. So I'm going to triple sleeve my Marnius Calgar deck. I got some of these custom Marnius Calgar sleeves made. This is one of my CDH decks. Right now it's double sleeved, and so I decided I sort of wanted to keep these in good condition. So they have these clear outer sleeves that I like. But usually I would do KMC hard inner sleeves, but those are like make it even more thick. So I'm going to try just the regular inner sleeves to see if it reduces the size a little bit and protects the deck. So it's dumb. I don't encourage people to triple sleeve. I have pretty large hands. I can shuffle a regular commander deck double sleeve pretty well. I mean, it's still hard, but even for me, triple sleeve is too much. So I'm going to do that a little bit. I also found I'm going through some of my secret layers. I've decided to get rid of all the secret layers I have because I'm not super pumped about. I mean, I already stopped for. Not that maybe you guys even care about this, but I already stopped buying most of the secret layers a year or two ago, and I would just buy one here and there, but I just can't stomach. I mean, I'm just dissatisfied as a customer, and also I just think they're taking advantage of us a little bit. So I'm going to be selling. I have like a couple hundred that I'm going to be selling to help me pay some bills and just to get rid of them. But I didn't realize I had one of these. I almost bought the Felwar Stone from this Blood Bowl because I never ended up opening the one that I bought, and so I'm going to open that tonight. I also, as I was going through some of my products, found a old collector box that I'd got for super cheap from like a couple of years ago for only $160, and so I felt like maybe I'm not sure if I'll open the whole box because there's not a lot of good stuff in this box, but I only opened like maybe one box of this back in the day. And then I do have some of my Ninja Turtle ones that I haven't opened of these secret layers that I planned on opening. So anyways, that's a little bit of the plan. Nothing crazy. Might jump on some Arena too. Been playing a little bit of that. And I also am trying to build a rat colony deck, so I might try and finish that up with the new guy from Ninja Turtles, Rat King Verminmeister. I don't have enough rat colonies yet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rat colonies, but I have most of the other rats that I want, and so I just need to collect a few more rat colonies, but I can build the rest of the deck. So anyways, just plan on doing some of that now. I'm sorry I may have missed some of the comments. Got a question. What do you recommend someone who never played Jund and want to play Zayatora the Incinerator? Dang, good question. Zayatora, let me pull it up just to... This is the one where you can sack something and get like 3 treasures. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one. I think I can pull this up so you guys can see it too. Own it. There it is. So, let's zoom in some. Zayatora, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, Zayatora the Incinerator deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target, and you create 3 treasure tokens. So I actually play, I have a, not Daragaz, I just forgot the name of it now. I play a dragon deck, a Jund dragon deck. It is, shoot, what is it called? Oh no, it's not in here. It's in this one. Vivictus's Mahdi. So I run Zayatora in this deck, I think. I'm pretty sure. Don't want to say I do and then I don't. What does that sound? Oh, is that from... That's weird. Sorry. If I missed something, let me check something really quick. Swear. Oh yeah. Okay. Zayatora is in here. Okay. Korvold I have in here as well. So I guess the reason I'm bringing up my deck is I've thought about running Zayatora as the commander. Although I ended up staying with Vivictus because I'm playing really like a top of the deck manipulating dragon deck where I try and get my dragons in for cheap. Jeez, the YouTube stream is way behind the Twitch stream. I'm gonna try and reload this real quick. Test, test, test. Ooh, in my head. Test, test, test. Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it was just my playback here. Okay. Alright, didn't want you guys to be that far behind me. So, anyways, to answer your question, I really like Zayatora, especially when I'm sacking a big dragon. If I were you, so I also have a deck that cares about the power of a creature, but mine is my old Kresh the Blood Braided. So it just depends on what you're looking to do, in my opinion. So I think the strongest part of Zayatora is dealing the damage to any target. And the fact that you can do it basically immediately. You can play the commander, and then assuming they don't kill it at instant speed, you can, go to your end step and blow something up. So if I were you, I would try and get a double dip, if you might say it, where you make a bunch of things that care about power, attack with them, maybe even get trample, and then assuming that the big thing lives, you sack it at the end of turn and deal more damage. So that's what I would lean into. My actually, my other deck might be a good fit for you. I mean, give you some ideas. My Kresh deck is it's one of my prismatic decks. Yeah, so I did like Persist and Undying with Kresh. I decided to do Kresh because this was the first ever commander deck I built. So Kresh was the commander for the first of ever commander deck I built. But shoot, did I miss something here? Okay. Want to play Zayatora the Incinerator for Treasure and Sacrifice? Yeah, Treasure is an interesting one. You could do like a treasure themed, side theme. If I were you, I would choose. You could do both, but I would. If you're gonna do treasure, I'd like really lean into treasure. But anyways, but yeah. So I have a lot of like power things. This one was pretty fun. So this deck is not supposed to be the best deck. I just wanted to play some cool things. So like Bloodshot Cyclops is one that I wanted to play for a long time. You can just tap it, sack a creature. You can do it at any time. It does it to any target. Enduring Courage, I think, would be amazing in your deck. Gives a boost to power and haste. So I have a lot of Undying and Persist combos. Not combos. I actually actively tried not to do combos. Jumbo Cactar is obviously pretty amazing in Zayatora. Yeah, maybe my deck's not the best. I wouldn't because I leaned so heavily into. I just wanted to play some. I decided there's a bunch of. This isn't how I built the deck originally. I don't even think Undying and actually, was Innistrad before Alara? I think Alara was before Innistrad, so I don't think it even existed when I first made Kresh. But yeah, so Sneak Attack obviously seems great in there. This one actually probably would be great for you as well. I think it's underplayed. Cauldron of Souls. You can choose any number of creatures. Each of them get Persist. So whatever big creature you sacrifice, that and any others, you can get them back. Because, with the tap of the Cauldron. I haven't tried this yet, this Cauldron of Essence, but I think it could be cool. This is one of the new ad. But yeah. So anyways, hopefully that gives you some ideas. If you have any other questions, I love giving deck ideas. But yeah, maybe I'll open a little bit and you can keep asking questions. I need to figure out a way to get music. I'm going to figure out, hopefully you have music you can listen to yourself. There's no music on this one, but I want to be able to get some music on, but have it not. I thought I had like non-demonetized. Actually, I don't even really care about the demonetization. I just don't want them to like flag my videos. So anyways, the YouTube cares a lot more about the music, so I haven't been playing it because it flags it a bunch. I'm going to do the sleeving maybe later. I know that's not as exciting for you guys. So maybe we want to do that. But let's open. I want to open this for sure, this Secret Lair, because I don't know if there's a cool bonus card in this one. And then maybe we'll crack some Crimson Vow. We'll see. See how we're feeling. Okay. Oh. I thought there was one more question, maybe. Oh no, just Secret Lair's a joke now. Yeah, it's sad. I think Secret Lair could just be so awesome. See, that's the thing I've realized. See, when I criticize Magic or properties that I like Star Wars or like Game of Thrones or Magic the Gathering, that when I have criticisms of these things, for me, it's because I love those properties already so much. I want them to do well and or like make good stuff, and it makes me sad when I see the choices they make that they didn't have to. Like if it's a creative choice, like they kill off a character or do something with a character, that's fine. That's up to the writers and their creativity. But like Star Wars, Game of Thrones, they just sort of take this beloved, and then Magic I feel like this way too, which is different obviously than movies, but they take this beloved thing and then are just either not caring about the audience or they're just trying to make money. And that's the thing is, as from my business standpoint, I feel like they could make money just as much, if not more, and make people happy by just like, you can have some limited drops. You could still have limited Secret Lair drops, but just advertise them better as that. And most of them just have them print to demand, or but like you can have a special one every once in a while. That's fun. Every like company does that. You don't have to make everything print to demand. We have collectibles for a reason. But by and large, everyone should get a chance to get it and not be scalped. And I think they would make more money. I think people, they've proven that there's an appetite for like the Dan one, the Goblin Storm one. Just, or you don't even have to print to demand, but just like make it so that, I don't understand their thoughts that they have to throw stuff away if they don't sell it. Like, just like sell it for cost to game stores. They would love to have extra product on hands and stuff. Like, there's so many answers. So that's where I get sad, is that there's just ways where everyone wins, and they're choosing the wrong ways, and so it bums me out. And at this point, I think they're just taking advantage of us, and I'm not cool with that. So, Carlos, what are your 3 favorite EDH decks you play, or even just all time? That's a good question. Maybe I can grab them. The ones that I have currently. All right. These are probably my current ones. At least the commanders. I don't know if the versions are always changing, but Brago, love it. Love it so much. It's everything I want to do in Commander. And my Brago is not stacks. I don't have, other than I do bounce your creatures, and I mean, I guess you can consider that stacks. I try and bounce your stuff a lot to have a little bit of control. But you can check out all these deck lists on my Mox Field. I've started curating my Mox Field a little bit better. I have 2 lists that I'm curating. I'll show you real quick, just because they're right here. I have... it's just Kingdoms TV if you want to ever check out my deck list. But I'm updating constantly. So there's 2 types of decks that I'm gonna just keep constantly updated, because that's the thing I hated about deck lists, was every time I'd made a change, if I didn't make the change in Moxfield, then like I'd made 5 changes and I didn't couldn't always remember what they were, and then like the deck list was sort of wrong, so I'd have to like re-input the deck list, or I'd have to like find the 5 changes. So anyways, if you want to look in my prismatic challenge, I did a deck of every color combination now. So colorless, 5 color, all the 4 color ones, all the 3 color ones, all the 2 color ones, and all the 1 color ones, right? So this took me a long time to do, but now I have a deck for every color combination. And these 3 decks are part of the prismatic challenge. There's my Brago one, which this Brago one, I didn't do this for all the decks, but it is I even did the actual versions, because I've foiled this one out because it's my extra special deck, so it like shows you like the version of each one. So I mean, these are all foil. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, it just says foil right there. But yeah. So anyways, love Brago. Mine is a bracket 2, just barely. Well, not barely. I don't think it should be a bracket 2. It has 3 extra turn spells, and then no game changers. But it's one of those decks that plays like a 3 or a 4, even though it's a 2. So yeah, I don't get to play it as much because now a lot of my friends know to not trust this deck. But I love playing it. And then Feather. My version of Feather is like a go wide token deck. So I play like the new, like anytime, like I have Perforos. Where's Perforos? I have Perforos, God of the Forge. So anytime a creature comes in, does 2 damage. I also have like the enchantment that does that, the War Leader's Call, and Impact Tremors. And then I have the Nuke dude, where is he? Slash. So he makes tokens and does damage when they come in, which is cool. And then I just have all these cool, these are, well, not my Edric deck. My Edric deck isn't fully blinged out, but these two, my Feather and my Brago deck, are 2 of my 4 decks that I've blinged out. So that you can see the actual version I have of each one. But yeah, I just love Feather. I do wish that Feather had... I wish I could make Feather bracket 3 or 4. It just wouldn't really compete very well in those brackets, but I wish I could put in like Mox Diamond, Chrome Mox, Mox Amber, just some of those cheaper ones so that I could get Feather out earlier, faster. But yeah, anyways, maybe I could make it a bracket 3 and add those in, but oh, missed some of your comments, sorry. And then yeah, Edric. Edric is probably my very favorite like thing to do in Commander, other than just doing crazy weird things. Like I love doing combat damage and drawing cards. Like, and then I love the Edric. I love the political side of Edric, even compared to, because my cube that I made is like a combat damage cube. It's all about doing combat damage, so it has like every variant of like doing combat damage to draw a card in like the cube. But Edric is the love of all that, and this is actually a bracket 4 deck. I did finally, although it's not the top of bracket 4. There it is. There it is. It doesn't have like Force of Will yet. It has, yeah, you can see the Chrome Mox, Panoptic Mirror, Gaia's Cradle, Mox Diamond, Crop Rotation, Mystical Tutor, Worldly Tutor, Cyclonic Rift, Ancient Tomb. I probably should, well, I didn't do Chrome Mox because I just did, it's better to have a dork in this deck, like a guy that makes mana because he can also attack. and then I have a bunch of extra turns. But I do, if I really want to make this like very top end, then sorry, one sec here. Okay. Then I do need like the free counter spells, so I'm not quite there yet. But yeah, these, anyways, that maybe was a longer answer than you wanted, but that's what these are some of my favorite decks. I do have some CDH decks, like my Urza deck. My CDH Urza deck is amazing. I don't get to play it as much, but yeah. Some other questions. Sorry, I missed some of your comments here. I always see Sanderson on the shelves behind you. Would you say that he's one of your favorite fantasy authors? One of some of your other books you enjoy? Yeah, this isn't the J I know, right? I don't think this is the J I know, but I can't quite see with your picture there. But yeah, I actually am sort of lucky. I don't know how many Sanderson stories you want. It sounds like more you want book stories than Sanderson stories, but I live like 30 minutes, 20 minutes away from Brandon Sanderson, and I've played Magic with him over the years a number of times. Eventually, so I played with him at like some game stores, and I actually volunteered for some of his book openings when he did them at BYU. I went to school at BYU where he used to do his book releases, and so got to do like behind the scenes. And yeah, I've been into Brandon Sanderson since the Wheel of Time. I think, I'm not sure if I got him to sign these books. Okay, yeah. So I got this cool version of the Wheel of Time. So I got into the Wheel. I was into the Wheel of Time, and then we were like trying to decide if we liked Brandon Sanderson because he was taking over for Robert Jordan, and so I don't even know what he said here. May you find water and shade. That's cool. But yeah, this is a cool version of. This is number 329 of the Gathering Storm Wheel of Time book. But so that's how I first knew about Brandon Sanderson, and then I read his not Twilight. I read his Mistborn series. Couldn't even think of the and liked it, what he was doing. And I read Elantris, and so, anyways, we liked what he was doing with Wheel of Time, and honestly, he became even more of a favorite author than Robert Jordan. But I got to play with him at like some game stores, did all that. But then a few years ago, we did the Magic Summit that we did in 2022 and 2023, and I got to like play at his house actually, and some cool things like that. So yeah, I feel super not special but privileged. And so I love fantasy. I would say what are some other books you enjoy? Yeah, I mean to make my bookshelf a little cooler eventually. I like Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I like Dragonlance. I like their Deathgate cycle. I like R.A. Salvatore in the Dritz Do'Urden series that he did for Forgotten Realms in D&D. I hesitate to say Wind and Truth, but I do. I like it. And yeah, I'm sort of blanking it. I think I've been on a little bit of a. I have all of. You can't maybe fully see them. Right there, behind me. Wait. Right here. I have his like special series that he did, but I haven't read those books, and I'm not sure why. After his latest Cosmere book, I sort of got a little bummed, and so I'm having a hard time getting back into. But anyways, I love his stuff. So yeah, I'd love to. Oh, it looks like we haven't met. Okay, well, thanks for your question. Cephras and Rydia. Rydia? I don't know if I know Rydia. What is Rydia? Who is Rydia? Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to your battlefield. Ooh. I have actually seen this one. This one is pretty good. Yeah, it seems really cool. Insane Goon, I love talking magic. Long answers are great. Great, because I love talking about things I love. You're out in Oregon, Jay. Cool. I've been out to Multnomah Falls. We did a little like road trip and stayed out there. It was pretty cool. I do interact with the jalapeno poppers a lot, but you and I haven't had the pleasure of interacting online yet. Cool. This Saturday, I don't know, this isn't related exactly to the jalapeno poppers, but we're playing our first Pendragon game, which I'm pretty pumped about. I made a Leonardo Pendragon, and it's a Pendragon game with the like rules committee of the Pendragon group. So it's like Pauper, but you have a common creature and a legendary equipment, and so yeah, should be pretty fun. But yeah, Pauper's super fun. The saga part rarely comes up. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like, I mean, drawing and discarding. I'd love for you should send me. You're still in our Discord, right? Insane Goon. You should send me the deck list. Love to check it out sometime. It would be cool to see how you build Rydia. I assume it's landfall then, if the sagas is not the main thing. Cool. Well, yeah, love the questions, guys. Love chatting. I will pop this open though. See, I don't know. I decided to do it like on an opening, even though we already know like what cards are in the in it. Although there is a special card, right? So, or sometimes we even know the special cards. Welcome, fans, to an evening of thrilling sports action. Bob Bibford. Okay. Where is this one made? Made in the USA. Or is it printed, though? Alright. Secret Lair. I never played Blood Bowl. We had it. I worked at a game store many years ago, and some people really loved it, but I never ended up playing it myself. Blood Bowl. I think this is the best version of the packaging they did. It wasn't the big, huge ones that were like 3 times the size, and it's also not just like the envelope ones that we get nowadays. Like, it feels like a cool Secret Lair piece. I mean, I guess it is a little wasteful, but yeah, I mean, you have to decide, I guess, between cool feeling collectible and like wastefulness. I feel like a lot of the Japanese products out there do a really good job of like making the experience cool with their collectibles and stuff, and that's what I feel like Secret Lair did for a second with these. It like almost makes me like want to keep the boxes. I kept these boxes for a long time. I didn't ever find a use for them, so I eventually threw them away. But anyways, Secret Lair drop series. All right. Okay, so we have a secret card. Let's open these first, and then, unless anybody knows what that secret card is, you can spoil it. It's a landfall deck. Yeah, I killed them with Aftermath Loops and or Valakut. Ooh, I've always wanted to see a good Valakut deck in Commander. So yeah, I wanted this. I decided to open this for the Defense of the Heart and for the Felwar Stone. I don't have a fancy Felwar Stone, so I might even put this in... Oh, no, I'm not going to put this in Feather. I do have one fancy Felwar Stone. It's like the retro art style, but... Why is there some desktop audio? Is there, like, some feedback? Sorry. Looks like there was some feedback or something. But, alright. So we have Approach of the Second Sun. Honestly, again, this is like exactly what Secret Lair should be, in my opinion. Instead of making an entire set of, like, with another company's property, doing it like this, I think, is perfect. And then this is what I felt like all of the Universes Beyond stuff should have been. Like what they did with Ikoria. When they came out with Ikoria, I was so pumped because, especially with all the not Daragaz, the Kaiju, the what is his name? Godzilla. All the Godzilla cards, because it still was the magic card, right? It still has this like little name down there, the Approach of the Second Sun, and it has everything on there, but it can be like a skin, right? And you know, they went away from that, but that would have just been perfect. You could name things all that you want, but then you just have the name of the card on there. And they still do that a little bit, but I just wish... Anyways. Touchdown. Touchdown! Watcher, viewers. Re-roll. I didn't know that was in here. Rewind. It's actually really cool looking. I always want to play Rewind, but it just... 4 mana for counterspell. It ends up not being great. This is a dud. I do hate duds in Secret Lairs. Bone Splinters. Whoever wants to play a Bone Splinters. That's a freaking common. It is really cool looking though, actually. And a fling. I do need a nice fling for my Kresh deck, so I actually have a use for that one. And then this is the Defense of the Heart, which I need. I don't think I have one at all. If I do, I think it's the list version, and it's not foil, so now we got one. And the one we want the most, the ball, the Felwar Stone. It sort of looks bad, but it's almost so bad that it looks good. That's funny. All right, I do want to... I want to put some perfect fits on these real quick. And we'll look at our fancy card, see if it's... I think I've only once out of all the Secret Lairs I've ever done got like a special bonus card. I think other than one time, I always get the just the regular one. So for a while, I wanted to get all the what are those disciples? The ones, the sack 6 clerics, go get a demon. As soon as you got Walking Dead, floodgates were open, sadly. Yeah, The Walking Dead could have been so easily that way, too. You know, you just put like a little border under here. I don't think it really even looks bad. You just put a different name of it on there, and you're good. All right, see if we get something cool. Whatcha? No. not cool. Okay, actually, maybe a little bit cool. I'm sure it's not worth anything, but a full border waist is, or a full art waist like this is sort of fun. It could be worse, is what I'll say. But I doubt this is the. Someone tell me if I'm wrong and this is actually really cool, but I doubt that this was the cool version of the whatever card you could get. All right. Well, wastes. Super bowed though. Look at that. Pringle. It's crazy. These are Pringled, but yeah, they're Pringled too. They have gotten better, I think, overall with their Pringles. I feel like they had a couple sets in Secret Lairs for a while that were super Pringly, but they have gotten better. All right. Well, that was fun. This is maybe the reason they got rid of it. There is like a lot of extra. But I mean, if you keep this box, like I wish there was something cool with this box. Maybe I'll find and figure out something, because you can just. Yeah. All right. Well, we have some other Ninja Turtle Secret Lairs. I haven't opened them yet because I'm not 100% sure. Oh my gosh. I was going to try and post this up here, but they're super Pringly. What do you do to Pringle cards? You do something like this. Just put a ton of weight on it. As long as they're do a tower of pressure on them. It's amazing Watsy quality. Yep. All right, let's just keep going with some openings. I'm feeling it. You can see that cool, cheap 160. I got this before. That's what it was. It was like, I feel like it was at like it was a couple years ago, but it was they did a doorbuster sale. Oh, they had box toppers. That's cool. But they did at my LGS, and so I was like, I can't pass up a $160 booster box of collector booster box. Is there anything good in the box topper? Should I do be like the cool guy and wait for the box topper? I'll wait. Oh, the double box topper? What the heck? Is that regular? What the heck? I don't think I've ever seen that. Anyone ever seen a double box topper? I mean, I guess it can happen like any kind of allocation or whatever, but before I do this, I ordered some Subway because I hadn't eaten anything. So let me go grab that from outside, and then I'll be right back. So. All right. I mean, it's sort of cool outside, but I don't know. I'll eat that later. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? You want the topper first? Isn't okay? I'll do it. I'll do it. I always thought I see like people every once in a while when some store gets a they get their boxes like way early, and I watch some of their box openings, and I feel like they. Although, when's the last time they did box toppers? Honestly, here is. Oh, that's sort of cool, actually. This is Edgar, the Dracula one. Edgar Charmed Groom, Dracula the Voyager. Are all of the box toppers the alternate arts? Because man, I did love how they did these. Again, they just did it the right way with the little name underneath. That's all you got to do. And it's really that way you don't have to you know what the card is. You can have all the cool art on it. Someone at WotC did it right, and then some suit, I'm sure, came in and changed it. So whoever did it right, whoever did these sets, Ikoria, Crimson Vow, and you did this piece of it, you did a great job. I'm sad for your that it didn't stay that way. All right, I don't want these actually to fall on my cards. I have never done the like the little packets that like take moisture out. I have done the pressure before like that. And it doesn't work if you just do one card for some reason. But if you do a stack of Pringles, it'll get a little bit better. And actually what I found is that this is one of the reasons that you should double sleeve. Is if you double sleeve and then put it in a deck box like this where it's fairly tight. Not too tight that you're hurting the cards, but like this is pretty close tight there in these deck boxes. It'll eventually go away with time, but it would just be nice if we didn't have to do that at all. All right. Second box topper. All right. Yeah, I'm super weirded out by the second box topper. But does it look a gift horse in the mouth? Kick a gift horse in the mouth? Okay, not a flip card this time. It is the crappiest one you can get. Vampire's Vengeance. But we did get a cool rare, so I do like how they look too. I think they're awesome. All right, I'm gonna open at least a few packs and then see how I'm feeling. Blood. Okay. Maybe I zoom in some here. Let's see. Sorry, that was just a test. I keep hearing a sound, and I thought it was maybe... No. No, it's none of my sounds. And those are popping up. I just keep getting weirded out. I'm hearing some sound. Hey, Dom VN. Thanks a bunch, man. Means a lot. Appreciate you stopping by. Things are maybe a little toned down now compared to how they were a few years ago, but I'm still I still am keeping on going. I have some plans still, so appreciate those that like what we do, and yeah, keep putting out gameplay. And I'm gonna, as I keep saying, keep trying to do more live streams. So if you enjoy hanging out, let me know what you enjoy doing. If you ever have any questions, want my thoughts on things, I love giving my opinion too. All right, Witch's Web. I don't think I've ever seen that card. It's actually pretty cool looking. I was gonna zoom in though. Well, I think it's all right. Let me know if I need to zoom in or not. I'm not gonna go through every card. These are obviously old. The Disturb though. It's sort of cool, actually. Dang. This almost feels like it could be an Edric card. It's a 1/1 flyer for 1. And then later you can give Edric flying. Make Edric a 3/3 flying. Because a lot of times he can't even get in there later. Anyways, that's... Oh, man, I'm actually a little bit tempted. Because my current version of Edric is not like trying to be the best version. But I do like doing some crazy weird things. I'm actually going to set that aside. I'm going to actually think about it. Oh yeah, Ozempic. I've actually tried Ozempic. I'm not going to talk about it a ton here. I do have some health things I'm working on, but I haven't tried specifically Ozempic. I tried a GLP-1, and I guess I could mention it here. I have binge eating disorder, and there's sort of some complications with GLP-1s and binge eating because unfortunately one of the problems with binge eating is you already eat when you're not hungry. So making you not hungry with medicine doesn't really solve the issue. And so I would be less hungry, but that doesn't stop you from binging because you're sad and depressed and have mental issues. But it would almost be worse for me because now my digestion was slower. So I was unfortunately still binging, but now there was more food. The food in my stomach stayed there longer because it digested slower. So anyways, I'm working with my doctor and looking into some options, but GLP-1s are not for me right now until maybe someday they'll change a little bit, and there are some new ones that my doctor's been talking to me about, but right now I'm trying to work on my head. I'm doing some more therapy and stuff because that's the reason I'm so big is I actually yo-yo dieted my whole life, and I got down to like the last time I did YouTube vlogs like 10 years ago and vlogged my weight loss. I got down to like 270, 275, which is good for me because I'm 6'4". I'm a big guy, and so now I'm almost twice that. So it's definitely something I unfortunately think about all the time. So, but I appreciate your concern. So, yeah. Okay. Infestation Expert. I don't know if I've ever seen this one either. Wow. Oh, it's 5 mana though. No, it's not good. It's pretty crazy though. I never saw that werewolf. I have a Tovalar deck, and I feel like I saw every werewolf. These lands are pretty legit though. I really like those. I need to use these more. I have a number of them. All right. We got a Henrika Dominathi. Beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card, lose a life, or transform. Okay. Dang. Flying Death Touch, Lifelink. Each creature you control with Flying Death Touch and or Lifelink gets +1/+0 till end of turn. This might be good enough for Edgar Markov. I have such a hard time though because I like Kindred decks, and there's already no space in the vampire deck. But anyways, Disorder in the Court. I've been trying to find a place for this. I had it in Brago for a second. Exile X creatures, then investigate X times. Return the exiled cards to the battlefield tapped under the owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. The benefit of this one is you can choose your own creatures and then also theirs, right? So you can do it on... Man, I should look for a place for it. Should try and put it in Brago again. Exile X creatures. So they attack me. I'm scared. I exile a bunch of their creatures. I exile some tokens. I get to investigate, which is nice, and then I can also blink some of my own. They return tapped under their owner's control. Man, that is actually really good because I could, even though they come back, they can't like block. So, anyways, Maniform Hellkite. It's cool. Blood Crazed Socialite. See, this shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't have a common in this slot. That's lame. Or uncommons. Jeez. Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay. Man, Torrens is a card that I've wanted to play over and over again. Especially with some of the Allurin combos. But I have a foil one of this exact one, actually. But it's pretty cool. Another common in these slots. Come on, that's what I'm immediately remembering about these packs. Way too many commons and uncommons in the rare slots. But whatever. We're opening for fun. We're not opening for value. We got this for $160, so it is what it is. Another card I can't remember. 5 mana, green enchantment. This looks like a black card. Tell me I'm wrong, but this looks like a black card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Not great, not bad. Target land... Oh, okay, I think I have seen this one. I remember this part. Target land gains add 3 until end of turn. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater. You gain 3 life. Oh, this is actually secretly maybe good for my Tovolar deck. Because it's like Tovolar werewolves, but I also put like all the extra combats in the deck. So at the start of each of those combats, you get to do another one of these. Dang, I feel like I'm finding a number of cards, these 3 at least so far, that might enter into some of my decks that I was not planning on that for. Yeah, I'm just going to move these now. All right. Well, that was pretty fun. Let's keep going. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole box, but let's keep opening some. Hide in the Ceiling? Yeah, is that the Spider-Man one? I just bought some of those, I think, because I never got them when I opened in Spider-Man. But I think it's the X one with Spider-Man. It's like a blue only Spider-Man set. If that's what I'm thinking, I agree. I've got that for my Brago deck and for my Demon deck. It's like a Blink ETB Demon deck. Yeah, cool. Yeah, definitely like that one. You can do artifacts with that one too, right? If I remember. Okay. Got some commons here. What the card I need is actually the wedding one. Is that in this set? The one that's like you give it to someone else. When you draw, they draw. Beginning of comment on your turn, if you control another Sort of seems not that bad. Another card I don't remember. Soul Cipher Board enters the battlefield with 3 omen counters on it. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your graveyard. Okay. Is that just a better Surveil? Surveil or Surveil 2. Whenever a creature card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, remove an omen counter from Soul Cipher Board. Then if it has no omen counters on it, transform it. Okay. See if it's anything good. It is not. Turns into a flying... Can't block... Can only block flyers. Yeah. Alright. Cool Mountain, as always. Black and white, but then having the little bit of the color is such a good land. Investigator's Journal. Investigator's Journal enters the battlefield with a number of suspect counters on it equal to the greatest number of creatures a player controls. This is not a good set for someone to start playing the game on. There is a lot of wordy, weird things going on here. Remove a suspect counter from Investigator's Journal, draw a card. Sacrifice Investigator's Journal, draw a card. Man, this isn't the worst. In like, maybe like white. Like a white deck that sort of struggles with drawing cards. Investigator's Journal enters the battlefield with a number of suspect counters on it equal to the greatest number of creatures a player controls. Doesn't even have to be you. This is randomly maybe good for like a mono white deck that needs a little bit more card draw. Interesting. Alright. Crossway Troublemakers. This is from the commander set. I never saw this vampire either. Attacking vampires you control have Death Touch and Lifelink. 6 mana vampires, a little much though. Whenever a vampire you control dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. That part is actually great. Another Glorious Sunrise. This one's not foil. Another uncommon non-foil in a rare slot. Another uncommon non-foil in a rare slot. Okay. Runo Stromkirk. Cool alternate art, non-foil, rare. I've seen some cool decks with this guy. I wish I could make a Leviathan Octopus deck. I just never end up making it happen. Another common in a rare slot. This is foil. Oh, dang. Maybe Providence, maybe the world is telling me I need to make a Runo Stromkirk deck because this is probably the coolest version. Well, I guess it's arguable which is the cooler version. I mean, this has a foil version, but this guy looks pretty legit. He looks like a Markov, a cool looking, one of the Twilight looking vampires. And let's see what this side looks like. Dang. Sometimes you just gotta buy into serendipity, right? Is there any cool combos or like special things that you can do in like a... See, the reason I like these decks is you just get to play a lot of weird cards that you don't play otherwise, right? Sometimes having this creature makes them a little bit better than they can be on their own. Enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard into the top of your library. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If a creature card with mana value 6 or greater is revealed this way, transform Runo Stromkirk. Whenever Crothis, Lord of the Deep, attacks... Oh, sorry. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. If that creature is a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent, create 2 of those tokens instead. One of the parts I think I've missed in the past was you can copy any creature. It doesn't have to be a Kraken. So you can still put some things in there that maybe go well with it. But it's only a 3/5 flyer. Oh, dang. Even to flip him, it doesn't have to be a Leviathan. Oh, man. You could actually make this guy pretty good and just... You don't have to play like every Kraken, Leviathan, or Octopus. You could just... Because to flip him, it just needs to be mana value 6 or greater. So you don't have to... And so, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't have space to build another deck right now, but when does that ever stop you? You know? I don't know. But I'm tempted. 2 Runo Sturmkirks in 1 pack. Could even build a Clash theme deck. Yeah, although I looked at... There wasn't that many Clash things one time when I looked. There's like a fog that clashes, and that like made me think about clashing. And they used to be commander playing cards that don't see any play. Yeah. I still try that in Insane Goon. I still try and force decks that make me play weird cards. But things have gotten a lot more competitive lately. All right, we'll do one more pack. And then maybe... I think I might open one of these Ninja Turtles, and then I might call it there. Because again, I don't know if these streams will go super long when I start them late like this, but it's fun. Thanks for hanging out. I have a few people hanging out, some of you chatting. Super appreciate it. Makes it even more fun. Counterspell, we get a blood token. A zombie bear. I have a zombie horde. So anytime there's a zombie that I haven't seen before, I try and look at it. Enters battle, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard if a creature card was exiled this way. It's sort of cool, actually. I try and put like weird zombies in the zombie horde, but it's pretty full. I mean, yeah. Another werewolf I hadn't seen. It's because it sucks. Alright. Island. Super cool. Whoa! I don't think this is worth a ton anymore, but I forgot this was even here. In the set. This is a great hit. This is like... I could always use more Hullbreaker Horrors. This is... I think it's like $5-10 now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but man, do I have a place? Do I need... I don't know. I mean, it goes perfect in this... Wow, maybe... Man, this box is really telling me something, right? Really telling me something. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe the next stream is me building Runo Stromkirk. Streffen, Marer Progenitor. He's not too bad. Hiveheart Shaman. I have not paid attention to this at the very least. Whenever Hiveheart Shaman attacks you, you may search your library for a basic card and basic land card that doesn't share a land type with a land you control. Put that on the battlefield. Interesting. You can put it in like a 5-color deck. Although I play a lot of Triomes in my 5-color decks, so that wouldn't really work that great with this. Pay 6, create a green insect creature token, put a number of counters on it where X is the number of basic lands. Can only do it as a sorcery. If it made 5 tokens, that might be worth it. Like made tokens based on how many basic land types you had. Keep getting commons and uncommons in this slot. And then we got a mythic Kaya Geist Hunter. I don't remember this Kaya. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature token you control. Till end of turn, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Dang. None of my token decks right now are black and white. I have a green-white token deck. I have a Naya token deck. Oh, wait. Does this work with treasures? If one or more tokens would be created under your control... Oh, it does. I do have a black-white treasure deck. Exile all cards from all graveyards, then create them into spirits. I'm going to let my dog out soon. For some reason, he's crying. So, another common... Oh. I actually think I needed one of these, and this is a cool foil version. When Old Rutstein enters the battlefield, or at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. If your creature card is milled this way, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If a non-creature on land is, get a blood token. Yeah, I wanted to put this in my Schmeagle deck, because I like getting creatures in my graveyards, and I like sacking things, so it makes tokens too. So, this is not a hit monetarily, but it's definitely going in a deck. So, man, 3 packs, and I mean, these two are only going to go in decks if I make a new deck. This Lantern Bearer is a maybe. Definitely going to use the Old Rutstein. The Glorious Sunrise is a maybe, and I think I'm going to make Disorder in the Court work. So, not too bad. And we got some other cool-looking things. Too many commons, uncommons in these slots for me to love this box. But, still fun. I'm glad that they don't do that as much anymore. But yeah, I think, well, I am going to open, am I? I don't think I'll open this one, because I don't like opening them unless I'm immediately going to use them. And what was in the Kevin Eastman one? Oh crap! I did already open this one. I opened the non-black and white one, so I already have the ones I need from that one. I have the colored version. And then what was in the Stan Sakai? I think this one had the cool Balin, yeah. I never knew that this wasn't a regular property of Ninja Turtles, because I remember this rabbit. I totally had this rabbit. His ears broke off eventually, because they were like his ears are like in a ponytail, you know, like a samurai maybe would have. But when I had them, they broke off. Feldar Retreat. Master of Ceremonies. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent chooses money. I think I'm going to open it just for the Balin. So, let's do it. I don't think I'll use many of the other cards, but the Sun Forger is always cool, and I could maybe use a second Harvest. So... My buddy built one, and it's so fun and sometimes goes off. You mean the Clash one? Keyword sometimes, yeah. My friends and I have been playing pre-EDH lately, and it's been so fun and a breath of fresh air. Is that, like... I assume that is, like, pre a certain set? What set is that pre? Went to an LGS for the first time in a while outside of my normal playgroup. Did not realize how much more competitive it's gotten. Power creep is crazy. Yeah, if a store doesn't like do like split things up, I don't know if I would play there personally. Like the game store we go to is Game Grid in Lehigh, and they have like they don't do brackets, but they do yellow. They do green, yellow, red, and green is like almost like pre-con, pretty casual, like super casual. Yellow's regular commander, and then red is like bracket 4 and 5. So it's not perfect, but like you at least get pretty close, and they like sort you. It's free to play, but anyways, all right. I think I'll open maybe some Innistrad later, another day, but I think that was good for me. Got some vibes, and then we'll do this last secret lair and call it a night. Full send the whole rip. Nah, not tonight. We'll do probably some more another night. Pre-EDH is no Commander products, new Phyrexia, and back is the format. Cool. Did Commander products came out before new Phyrexia, right? Or is that when they? Am I misremembering? Stan Sakai. But yeah, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do what's it called? Pre-modern, not pre-modern. Yeah, is it pre-modern? What do they call it? Or it's, I mean, it is pre-modern, but I'm not sure if that's what they call it. But have a good night, Dom. Thanks for the support. Thanks for chatting. And yeah, see you next time. All right. Maybe. I don't want to hurt the cards. Jeez. It sort of hurt my teeth. Okay, this is the one we wanted. Miyamoto. Usagi. The Balin. This is for my... This is like this secondary commander in my Hazan Tamar token deck. He's better than Hazan Tamar, but I built the deck around him, so... is there not a bonus card? Is the bonus card just in here? We got the Feldar Retreat. I might have a place for that. Master of Ceremonies. I've wanted to sort of make a deck that's like I'm behind deck. Being of your upkeep, each opponent chooses money, friends, or secrets, and this isn't exactly I'm behind, but yeah, this one's sort of fun. Anyways, Second Harvest. The Sun Forger. Oh, wow. That is really cool foil, actually. Oh, you can see that. It's like the sword is like silver. Wow, they did a great job with that. I was not expecting this Sun Forger to be so cool. I like the regular Sun Forger, but dang, actually I'm going to use this. This is really cool looking. And Big Score is the bonus card, huh? That's funny. Big Score is actually better than I thought, but I already just got a new Big Score from Strixhaven. That was pretty cool. But cool. Well, that was a pleasure, everybody. If you have any ideas or things we can do, streams, I'm up to. I want to do more. I want to play a little bit more Arena. I'm actually thinking about doing some just regular video games. If I do that, they probably won't be here on YouTube. So maybe check us out on Twitch too if you like hanging out, because I think for now I'll keep everything on YouTube just Magic related, but I might be playing some video games, non-Magic video games on Twitch and streaming them. I'm thinking about doing all the Final Fantasies, because I've only ever played part of 7. I never finished 7, but then I love 8, and that was the first one like I really got into and loved. And then I played part of 7, all of 8, all of 9, all of 10, all of 10-2, and then 13 and a little bit of 15. So there's a bunch, especially all the early Final Fantasies that so anyways, not that that maybe has zero interest to you, but that's the kind of thing I might start doing because I already want to do that myself, and so I figure maybe just stream that process of playing all those games. So, and backseat driving, totally welcome. But hey, Insane Goon. Well, thanks so much for the donation, and I definitely will open one more pack for you for that kindness. All right. What's your rank in Standard Arena? Oh, 0. I only ever play Brawl. I mean, 0 maybe is good, actually. I don't know if you want a low ranking or not, or a high ranking, but Todd. But yeah, yeah, thanks again, Insane Goon. You definitely didn't have to do that, but you convinced me. Let's see what this last pack is. All right. Zombie token. Okay. Reckless Impulse, actually a pretty good one for Pauper Commander. I do love things that when they come in, they draw you a card. Just always makes it feel better about playing that card. Ragged Recluse into an Odious Witch. Return up to one target creature card. Retrieve. Return up to one target creature card and up to one target non-creature permanent from your graveyard to your hand. It's a sorcery. It's not half bad. Rending Flame. Got an island. A different island is from the one before. Oh! The wedding announcement is almost the ring that I wanted. This one flips, right? Into creatures you control get +1/+1. Beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on wedding announcement. If you attack this with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 human creature token. Then, if wedding announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it. At the beginning of your end step, so you always do one. Okay. This actually is pretty good for my token deck. It's a token anthem deck, and this makes tokens and turns into an anthem. Dang. I was not expecting so many potential cards for my decks. Shadowgrange Archfiend from the Commander set. When Shadowgrange Archfiend enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures sacrificed this way. Has madness. You have to pay 8 life, though. Interesting. It's probably worth it for an 8/4 for 3. And then when it enters, yeah, that's crazy. Dream Shackle Geist. Beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1, tap target creature. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Freaking common in the rare slot. Hate it. Uncommon in a rare slot. Hate it. That's not the worst card. Okay, we got a rare. Non-foil. When dominating vampire enters. Boo. Oh my gosh. Unholy Efficient. Another common. That better not. I was like, that better not be the last card. Creepy Puppeteer. 4 mana for a 4/3 haste. Human Rogue. Whenever Creepy Puppeteer attacks, if you attacked with exactly one other creature this combat, you may have that creature's base power and toughness become 4/3 until end of turn. Well, you definitely took the edge off there, Insane Goon, with your generous donation. But that was a sad pack. Well, I mean, we did get something I might use out of it. Wedding announcement. And this Creepy Puppeteer actually randomly could almost fit in my cube. If it would cost 3 mana, for sure I would put it in. 4. Because my cube, a lot of the creatures, like Cephalid Constable or something, it's good to give them a better power and toughness because when they deal damage, you do that much. But I don't know. Yeah, probably not. But cool. Well, Yeah, thanks again. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for the donation. Yeah, subscribe, like, is all the fun things if you enjoyed this at all. Over the summertime. Yeah, anyways, I have some plans to. We'll see what I can do. I'm trying to not talk about things and just more do things, which tonight I am proud of myself. I almost didn't stream. Part of me just wanted to like lay on the couch and watch some show, but I was like, no, I'm already gonna go through my cards. Let's have some fun with some friends, and you all made it even that much more fun because sometimes when I jump on here, it's just me talking to myself, which is fine. That's how it goes when you're just starting out streaming, but makes it a world of a difference having someone on the other end and not just me in my own head. So anyways, as always, keep it nerdy. Peace out. And I won't be on tomorrow. I'm playing Cyberpunk D&D tomorrow with some friends, but maybe I'll be on Saturday evening. I had some plans that we were going to do some deck building, but that fell through. So like people are going to come over and do some deck building, but so maybe Saturday night, maybe Sunday night. We'll see. But yeah, peace out. See you next time.